Hey there. So, if you are on a way to supercharge your business and if you tell me that email marketing is not a part of your channel, then you gotta be kidding me, seriously. If you think that email marketing as a channel to promote your product or service is a bit outdated and it's not gonna work anymore, then you're definitely wrong. Because 80% of small and medium scale business still rely on email as their primary acquisition strategy. So in this video today, we are going to break down the essence of email marketing, and I'm going to walk you through how to get your subscribers initially, what kind of tools you should use to reach them, what types of emails are there, and how can you use them effectively. How often do you should you send emails to your subscribers, and most importantly, how to measure, analyze, and improvise your email marketing strategy. So without any further delay, let's get going. So the first thing you need is a subscriber base to start your email marketing, because without them, you definitely can't put your actions into play. So how to build your subscriber base? Well, before getting into that, I would like to remind you one thing. Not having your product or service launched is never an excuse to not build your subscriber base. So always remember, you can start it right from the day when the idea of starting this business or product hits your mind. Now, how do you build your email marketing subscriber base? Well, there are multiple ways to do it. For example, you can start using from the social media channels of your company, and there are multiple social media groups which you can be a part of and promote your product or service. And there are multiple chat forums like Quora, Reddit, where you can go ahead and start reaching out to people and then bring them back to your website and start promoting in an organic way. Well, of course, there are another way, which is the paid part, wherein you can run Google AdWords, social media ads, and a lot of display ads as well. Well, if you are looking for a detailed plan on how do I build my email subscriber base, then we have a very detailed case study written on how we at Ampliz built our 5,000 subscriber base even without launching the product in a period of 3 months. Now to read it, I have added the link on the description. You can just go and check it out. So once you've arrived at the subscriber base, the next thing you gotta find out is what type of email you're going to send it to them. Well, broadly classified, there are 4 types of emails which you can use. They are support emails, nurturing emails, promotional emails, and of course, cold emails. Support emails are those which are sent initially when they sign up to your product or service. Now, these are the welcome emails, introducing your customer support team and nice to have you here sort of things. Now, nurturing emails on the other hand, they have a schedule before which you launch them. Now, these cover the tips on how to use your tool, efficiently, and of course the newsletter sort of things that brings the brand recall once in a while. And then there are the promotional emails where you start sending your upsell, cross-sell promotions and other discount or offers you come up with once in a while which your customers can't refuse. And then of course there are the cold emails which you send blatantly sales promotional emails. You ask people for their appointment, you try to explain your product in a gist of 2 to 3 lines, and then you do the follow-ups for them to get back to you, and that is how it's done. Okay, now once this is done, the next question is, how often do I send emails? Now this is a very valid question which occurs from most of the people who start with email marketing. Well, in that case, I can tell you that you can go anywhere between once in a month to thrice in a week. It fully depends on what kind of email you're sending and what kind of content you have to share with people. Now, if you are someone who is sort of sending a newsletter sort of thing, who the purpose of this email campaign is just to generate a brand recall whenever the customer sees your email or your brand name, then I think you stick with once in a month timeline. Now, if you have a very strong content team and you have a lot of promotions coming up week on week and a lot of incidents taking over your startup or your company, then in that case you can boldly go to twice or thrice a week, because at the end your emails should be nurturing them and not annoying them. That is the whole point. And secondly, you don't want to put all your valiant efforts on email campaigns that is not going to bring you maximum results as well. So whenever you choose or whenever you need to change from one category to the other, I suggest that you slowly shift instead of switching. For example, if you're doing 1 email a month, then don't just start sending 3 emails a week right from next week. Go for 2 a month, and then for 1 a week, and then for 2 a week, and then slowly make it 3 a week. And that is how you do it. And this should happen over a series of timeline rather than happening immediately. Now, if you want to send these emails, there are multiple tools from the market which you can choose. Mailchimp, HubSpot, Zoho, SendGrid. There are quite a lot of them. But while choosing a tool, keep in mind, apart from the pricing, you should also keep in mind the growth rate of your subscribers, because This is directly proportional to the pricing and then the delivery rate of the tool you are sending, because sometimes people tend to choose those cheap third-party tools which are available in the market, but that might carry a very bad delivery rate. So ensure that whenever you choose a tool, you also keep in mind the delivery rate offered by the tool and match it with industry standards. Once you've got the tool, it's easy to set up a campaign and then send it. But what's most important is that you should understand how would you monitor this campaign, analyze, and then improvise this campaign. So let's look at an email marketing funnel which will help you understand the progress of your campaign and then specifically point out the areas where you need to keep your work. So this is how basically an email marketing funnel looks like. And now let's break it down into pieces and see if something falls apart where you should really work on. Now, let's assume that you have 1,000 contacts in your subscriber list and you're sending them out an email campaign. And assuming that only 500 has been delivered, which means that there is only a 50% of delivery rate. Now, by industry standard, you would easily get somewhere around 70 to 80% of delivery rate. If you're not getting that, then you should look at two things here. One is the contacts you have sourced, because the subscribers, they might have given a false email ID or their inbox might have run out of storage. This is basically the difference between the hard bounce and the soft bounce. This could be one of those reasons. Second is the tool which you are using to send these emails. Basically, tools have an authority and a standard delivery rate, which I explained in my previous point. So if you're choosing a bad tool, if the tool is not sufficient, then yes, there will be a dip in the delivery rate. Now, once these 500 emails are delivered, there should be a 20% open rate for these emails. Now, if the open rate falls down, then the area you need to work on is the subject line and the preview text. If people are not convinced with your subject line, if it's too salesy, then people are not gonna buy it. Now, if you want to test your subject line, you can use CoSchedule or email subject line tester. I will drop the links on the description as well. You can go there and test your subject line, get a score, and analyze if the subject line is good enough to go or not. Now, the next point is the click rate. If the open rate is fine, you get 20%, but if the click rate is falling down, then you need to analyze your copy you are sending. In one way or the other, the action which you want your subscriber to take is not conveyed in the copy, and which is why the click rate has fallen through. Now, there is a website where they host a collection of very good email copies from various companies across the globe. I will also drop a link of the same website, and you can go ahead and check that out to see some examples of how good email copies are written at various parts of the customer engagement journey. And then finally, the response. Now, if the response is not bad, then let's say the landing page you have redirected to them, or the kind of reply you expected to them, the call to action which you have placed over there is not working. Now, over the entire part of the funnel, there is no the answer which can explain you that if you go by this way, then you can increase this particular ratio by 20 or 30%. There has to be a lot of A/B testing done, but you have the tools to help you do that A/B testing. Now, over a series, you will start understanding what kind of messaging and what kind of tone works better with your customers, and it also aligns with your product. Now, if you get that right, then it's going to be really easy to track this funnel and then ensure that the rates are pretty alarming at each of these stages. I think we have reached the end of this particular video. Well, this is not entirely about email marketing, but if you're someone who is getting started, or if you're someone who just got started, I think you would have found pretty much valuable content over this video. I think over the course of the video, we had run through why email marketing is important, what kind of tools you can use, how to grow your subscribers, and most importantly, how to analyze, nurture, and grow your subscribers as well. If you find this useful, then do leave a comment and subscribe, share it with your friends who will also find this useful. If you want me to pick a topic for my next video, then I'm listening on the comments as well. See you again in the next video. Bye.